Srinivas, Jana, founder of Radix Nutritive India, a D2C startup brand, are manufacturers of gluten-free, vegan, specialty foods and millet products. Products categorizes spun bakery, sweets shop, flours and blends, rawas and instant mixes. Oh my God. Concept behind our innovation is no wheat, no maida, and no refined sugar foods. They are constantly baked by innovations, by launching innovative food products catering to a wide consumer base in pursuit of building a food conscious society. Wonderful. And I think we are just, craving to hear more from Srinivas on this. Seems very exciting. Now, Srinivas, the platform is yours. Most welcome on the platform. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dear ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be part of the Global Development Summit 2022. Gratitude to Mr. Santosh and the entire GCPIT team in organizing the same and inviting us to be as a guest speaker. The focus of today is creating a sustainable food future. This is Srinivas Jana. As ma'am said, I'm the founder of Radix Nutritive, eGross Wellness LLP, Bangalore, India. This talks about the overall agenda for today. We will be taking a helicopter view over the entire concept of creating a sustainable food future, number one. And number two, we will be more into detailing the role in the relevant SDGs. It's basically a journey inspired by true events. In 2011, I was diagnosed with gluten allergy and exposed to a number of gluten allergic and intolerances to other food items. And it was at this juncture, my wife, Mrs. Jana, explored a number of diet alternatives. She focused on the body responses and researched a survival kit for me. And that's how basically Radix Nutritive took shape in 2017 using millets, the forgotten grain, at its core. So being an IT professional in helping banks and global financial institutions across the globe in a business process management space to food processing, that's exactly we are talking about this at this time. Moving on, how about our introduction? We as Radix Nutritive, our D2C brand, dealing in gluten-free, vegan, specialty food, and millet products. Our product categories include bakery, sweet shop, flours, rawas, blends, instant mixes. We are constantly backed by innovation by launching innovative food products, catering to a wider customer base in pursuit of building a food conscious society. Thanks to the universe, we featured in top 10 leaders from Bangalore Startups 22, awarded by CEO Insights. And now we want to enter the market aspiring towards bulk and exports. Moving forward, we were talking about a helicopter view. Let's kickstart. So in order to have a sustainable food practices, what we have tried to do is segment the overall ecosystem in 6 particular bullet points. One is farming. The other is post-harvest activities. The third is food processing. The fourth is distribution. The fifth is consumer demand. And the sixth is trade practices. Moving on. When we are talking about focus, the focus on creating a food sustainable food future. What is the challenge? The number one, predominantly, the number one, what shall I say, challenge is a human population. It stands at 7.9 billion in 2022 and is expected to reach 9.8 billion by 2052. With an increasing population, but with limited resources and unpredictable weather patterns, concerns around food security, food wastage, and malnutrition take center stage. So typically speaking, what should be our goal when we talk about sustainability? We should be concentrating on minimizing the resource intensive foods. We should be talking about fighting malnutrition, managing climate conditions, improved inventory management, talking about weather predictions, and following an environment friendly health practices, that is reusability, so to speak. All these clubbed together will help us attain sustainable food future. Moving on, let's concentrate on farming. So when it comes to farming, we are talking about promoting sustainable farm crops, which are less resource intensive, robust in nature, tolerant to extreme weather conditions, have a small harvest cycle, and also induces optimal metabolic health and provides nutrition. So in a nutshell, if you are looking at 4 of these bullet points, the number one thing which strikes our chord is basically millets. So when it comes to farming, the main actor in farming are farmers and FPOs, that is farmer producer organizations. And the main activity which is involved here is farming. FPOs is usually made up of farmers and private companies who work together to offer farmers an end-to-end support system, including crop inputs, technical assistance, and spur marketing activities. By sustainable farm crops, we are referring to millets, the forgotten grains. What are millets? Millets are a group of small grain cereal food crops which are highly tolerant to drought and extreme weather conditions and are grown with low inputs of fertilizers and water. Millets are a boon to farm economy, sustainable with 3 to 4 months of harvest cycle. Moreover, millets are meant for all age groups. Millets are native of India and popularly known as nutri cereals, as they provide most of the nutrients required for optimal functioning of human body. They are also rich in calcium, iron, zinc, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and all the other micronutrients, ensuring that they provide an optimal support in terms of metabolic needs. Millets are alkaline in nature, which improves immunity, have low glycemic index, a boon to all the diabetic population, helps in detoxification, promotes cardiac health, improves gut health, and are naturally gluten-free. It is recommended for all age groups for optimal health. Millets are not only a problem solver, but also ensures that we stay fit and in good health. Millets helps to mitigate the effect of climate change through their low carbon footprint when compared to wheat and rice. According to one of the reports, a shift from rice to millet has the potential to save 50 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions by the year 2050. With most of the humans being hooked to devices and following a sedentary lifestyle, with malnutrition on the rise and food security becoming a major challenge for the world economies, the promotion of millets at the world stage couldn't have been come at a much better time, with United Nations designated 2023 as the International Year of Millets. The next is promoting natural and organic farming practices involving no chemicals, that is insecticides, pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and no GMO. Also, we will be talking about expanding yield without increasing the land gap or by improving acreage. Incentives, thanks to the government of India, we are now talking about soil testing kits, crop insurance, MSPs for various grains. When it comes to post-harvest, the main actor over here are the cooperatives, and the main activity is post-harvesting activities, that is harvest handling, drying, transport and distribution, cold storage, primary processing activities like cleaning, classification, dehulling, pounding, winnowing, and packaging. So major millets, let's say like sorghum, finger millet, and pearl millet, are also referred as naked grains as they do not have any hard shell, which is called hull or husk. Whereas the small millets, that is foxtail, kodo, brown top, little, proso, and barnyard, possess the hull and have to be processed using a dehulling process using relevant machinery called a dehuller before being fit for consumption. The other post-harvest activities include destoning, grading, color or optical sortex machines will helps to include the highest quality grain in processing stages, which helps in standardizing the outcome and ensures outcome is of highest quality, which goes into processing. The next stage, we will be talking about food processing. In terms of food processing, the MSMEs have been the major contributors in areas of food processing. The food processing machinery has evolved to a stage of almost being grain agnostic and having specialized machinery for a particular purpose. When we talk about common equipment, we can be talking about roasting machines, pulverizer, or which are used for milling. Next, we will be talking about sieving, blending, packaging, labeling, and baking. Specialized equipment for which may be involved are for puffing, flaking, noodle making, making samosas, vermicelli, pastas. When it comes to automation, why automation? Output of one machine process can be systematically fed as an input to another machine process, maybe using a conveyor belt. In this case, the Internet of Things, that is IoT, around these machines helps to reduce chances of machine failure at the shop floor, resulting in potential losses and missing customer deadlines by alerting of a possible failure well in advance. With wheat and rice being predominantly used across the world for decades for meeting consumer demands, in preparing an elaborate menu, millets are no less. Millets can be considered as diet alternatives. We are not talking about food replacements here, but much of the challenges lie in being innovative, making value addition by launching ready to eat and ready to cook products, with a lot of consumer population wondering on what they can cook with it anyway. So we at Radix Nutritive are delighted to present gluten-free, guilt-free bakery with millets and jaggery, which involves no refined sugar. Our bakery includes dry cakes, muffins, cookies, waffles without compromising on the taste. Our bakery items are a delight and well received by the youngsters, especially school and college goers. We are very close to launching a vegan bread. We use freshly milled flours for our bakery and we do it on order basis. Our cakes are airlifted to major locations of our country. We are also delighted to serve sweets with millets and jaggery with no refined sugar. Customers can make Indian breads, that is rotis, parathas, and puris, pancakes, dosas, samosas with our fantastic gluten-free flours. You can also venture into idlis, upmas, doklas, halwa with our ravas, which are coarsely grinded. Grains, that is millets, can be cooked like rice, pudding, paisam. We love to directly connect with consumers. We keep going to apartment communities and corporate complexes during our pursuit in building a food conscious society by creating awareness about millets, products, and recipes. It also helps us to engage our customers in getting the feedback, helps to retain them, and building an evolving relationship. Moving ahead, distribution. Indian government started mega food parks around 2007, which aims at primarily providing a mechanism to link agricultural production to the market by bringing together farmers, processors, and retailers so as to ensure maximizing value addition, minimizing food wastage, increasing the farmer's income, and creating employment opportunities, particularly in rural areas. Logistics with millets, they can be transported across the globe, just like any other cereal grains like wheat and rice. Distribution, you can leverage the same distribution network of wholesale and retailers like any other cereals. When it comes to e-commerce, there is no need to depend on specialized portals or or specialized developers to come up with a portal. There are many low-code platforms with drag and drop functionalities, which can help you build your own e-commerce or warehousing portals with integrated payment engines and shipping. As of now, the third-party apps, ONDC, Amazon, Flipkart, are all basically helping us in distribution of millets and other cereals. Let's go ahead with consumer. Consumer is the main focus here. We're talking about brand awareness, brand journey, recipes. The consumer demand is instrumental in creating markets. With kitchen innovations, food blogging, kitchen shows, master chef competitions, YouTube videos directly or indirectly contribute to consumer behavior. In this case, such a demand can spur in travel and hospitality industry with airlines, millets entering airlines, railways, medical tourism, star hotels. When it comes to corporates, we can be talking about corporate gifting, cafeterias, so to speak. When it comes to event management, we can be talking about package tours, birthdays, marriage occasions, special occasions. And we can be talking about cafeteria, residential, in hostel, schools, and colleges. When it comes to trade practices, most important thing over here is about storage of the grain. We can store the grain using fumigation, using non-synthetic fumigants. We can be applying insect traps or storing grains in hermetic bags. We can be talking about unifying international trade by eliminating trade barriers. We should be looking into conserving native grains. And the most important factor over here is soil rejuvenation. One of the most important policies or governance is food labels. Ensuring affordable food testing techniques are available to all the processors, including international certifications and affiliations, ensuring business-friendly exim policies and compliance. At this time, we would like to say that we play an active role in following SDGs directly or indirectly. SDG 2, with unpolished millets being Nutri cereals, which provide an edge in providing nutrition. Being robust in surviving harsh conditions, they are a tool of ensuring food security and in promoting sustainable agriculture. SDG 3, millets being naturally gluten-free and high on dietary fiber can be consumed by all age groups. SDG 8, Bharat being an agricultural country for centuries is also considered as food bowl of the world. We are happy to bring in innovative ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook foods, which in turn helps in creating consumer demand, thus spurring farms' output and also creates various direct and indirect employment opportunities at the rural areas level. SDG 9, we are happy to bring in innovative gluten-free vegan specialty foods and millet products in health and wellness space without compromising the taste. SDG number 12, we work in close association with end consumers in making regular visits to their apartment complexes and corporate offices. This helps to gather their feedback and ensure our regular operations. SDG 15, it helps in natural and organic farming with no use of chemicals and pesticides, allowing soil rejuvenation between subsequent agricultural cycle. Without the use of chemicals, bees are a happy lot in ensuring pollination, thus preserving biodiversity. Finally, if I can say, what about the prescriptions? We will be talking about grain diversity. Let's diversify our food choices and revolutionize a platter because each grain has its own share of wellness, and let's not become a victim of food fad. Prevention is always better than cure. We welcome you on board on a wellness journey. Feel free to connect. We have provided 3 QR codes. You can scan it across. You can send your messages. You can send your WhatsApp messages or email directly to us. Thank you, GCPIT, for hosting us.
Thank you. Thank you, Srinivas. I'm already salivating. I wish you could serve some dosas at least to us. Because
lovely.
We are hungry, moderating sessions for 4 hours is not easy. And I wish we could start eating virtually. That would be great.
Yeah. You can
Wonderful
always feel
work. I mean, so many years of work. I mean, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so much more to learn from you.
Yeah.
But we are happy to connect in future, and definitely, I think you have advertised your products very well at this platform today. Thank you.